Welcome to the What It Takes podcast, where we talk to successful entrepreneurs, leaders, and CEOs across different industries. I'm your host, Darren, and in each episode, we're going to figure out how they got through difficult times, but most importantly, what it really takes to succeed. So whether you're just starting out your career or you're looking to level up your business game, my goal is to give you real insights and practical lessons from people who have achieved what you want. Welcome back to the What It Takes podcast. I'm joined today by Bartek Kuzma. He's a pretty cool guy. He started his own business in the IT space. And Bartek, very excited to talk to you today. Talk about your journey, what it is that you do, and really what got you into the IT space. And it's all about following your passion, right? So Bartek, big welcome to you. Thank you so much for joining the podcast.
Thank you. I'm also glad that I can be here and I can talk a little bit about my story and maybe inspire a lot of young or older people than me, because everyone can change their life, for example, and try in IT. So let's get it started. And I think I'll tell you a little bit about my story, how I started, and when I realized that the technology or IT is that what I want to do in my future. I think it started from I was young. I don't know. I was 5-ish years old, and
But
I remember that I loved to disassembling multiple old broken electronic stuff that my parents gave to me, because I wanted to explore a little bit how the things around me are working. So I always was some kind of focused. Why that small thing, for example, like a router or some other devices, how is it working? So
yeah.
sorry, as I remember, I love to do, I mean, broke more than it was broken before, but
You
still
broke you
I
broke
learned.
you so you broke things apart and just experimented with them, or
Yeah, exactly. I like
like fix them up,
disassemble.
you yeah.
Maybe not fix, but for example, try to use, for example, old motors for my different projects, or some kind of, I don't know, try to build helicopter or plane.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
in my
Yeah.
mind,
That's
it
pretty
was like
cool.
in my mind, it was like a big project. So I will be the today's Elon Musk.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When you're young, the world around you is quite different. You perspecting that world pretty much differently than right now. So I
Yeah.
think also my father helped me a lot, because he showed me pretty much first technical skill. It was soldering.
Mm,
So he showed me, hey, why do you want to buy new, for example, cable? You can fix it. So he showed me how to solder old wires, how
hmm
to desolder some electronics, so I can use in my projects. And
mm.
also, since I remember, my parents bought me a lot of, I mean, really a lot of Legos, because it
Oh, Lego. Yeah,
gave
yeah.
me,
That's fun.
yeah, it gave me unlimited
I played with
possibilities to
Legos too.
build. Yeah, but today's Lego is pretty much expensive. When I
It
was young,
is, man. Yeah.
it was, I think, cheaper than today's in nowadays.
I think so too. Like when I was younger, I used to have so much Lego. I had this whole table and I would build these huge cities. And then I have a nephew. I think he's 10 now. And we went into the Lego shop because I thought about buying him a gift. And I looked at the price. This small little thing was like 20 euros. And I'm like,
Yeah, exactly. It's
was it was
pretty
it
much.
was it that expensive when I was young? Because how did I afford that?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think so, because I'm also had, I mean, pretty big box, like I don't know how big, but pretty much big, and
Hmm.
it costs, I think, not a lot of money.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
It was rather cheap.
inflation.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right?
And
So
also,
yeah, you started
yeah,
off with, you were introduced to technology at an early age, right? So you played with
yeah,
Legos. Your father was quite technical man as well. Just for the audience, so everyone knows, like, what exactly is it that you focus on today? Your business, what is that focused around? Because you have an IT consultancy, correct?
yeah, exactly. So I few days, sorry, no, not few days, years ago, I just started my own business. It was firstly, it was directed to that was an option to earn more money because in
Mm.
Poland, a lot of IT people just goes into B2B contracts, so it give us perspective to earn more money than on employment contract. But after first service requests, I mean, my friend asked me, "Hey, can you help me with this and this?" So I realized that I want to do more stuff like that. I want to help people to learn IT and to understood the IT. So thought, let's go and let's do more in that case.
Mm. Mm.
So also I do it wisely because I started growing my own business simultaneously with working a full time because I wanted
Mm.
to at least to have one leg, one foot on a firm ground because business is pretty much unpredictable. So
Yeah.
you never know what tomorrow will brings you, if I can
Hmm.
say that.
Yeah. No,
And yeah, there was first clients, first mistakes, first I don't know, not enough knowledge. So
yeah.
I
Yeah.
was learning from those tasks, from that I think, from that I don't know how to say that, from this.
Those mistakes. Or yeah, that you made. Because I think a lot of people, when they first start a business, I mean, I know I did, right? When I first started my own business after I quit my job, I signed 11 clients in the span of, I think it was 1.5 months, right? So it was a lot of clients at once. But when it came to the service delivery, the actual service that I was giving them or selling them, it was so hard for me to fulfill it because it was new, number one, and the volume was just way too high and I had no experience. So I made a lot of mistakes. And I think a lot of people that start a business today, they make the same mistake. But you're still quite young, right? How old are you now?
Right now I'm 26, I guess. I'm
You're
98.
26. 90, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So you're 26. And so, you started this business a couple of years ago. Was it 3, 4 years ago now? How long?
yeah. It's will be around that amount of
Yeah.
years.
And I think a lot of young people today, they also have this strong desire to start a business. A lot of young people like you, like me, they want to start a business because they realize that a regular 9 to 5 job is not going to cut it, right? Like that they won't be able to live the life that they want with just a regular job. What was the motivation for you, and you touched a little bit upon money, but like, what was the desire for you to really want to pursue your own business?
Maybe I will start from the beginning because I think the past time a little bit. I mean, my father inspired me to do that because he was like a first do business mentor or inspire because
Mm.
he had a company but not IT, and I
Mm.
always wanted to also had some kind of company, some kind of building to have people
Mm.
around me to be like the maybe not the most important person, but I want to give other people like a kindness, happiness to make them possible to grow in their career. Because
Mm.
as you mentioned, not everyone wants to do their own business. Some people want to also work from 9 to 10, to 9 to 5.
Yeah, some people definitely do.
Yeah. So I think that was the main igniter
So your
for starting.
yeah, your father had his own company. Yeah, and that was a source of inspiration for you.
Yeah, I think that was in my head for many years, and when I had opportunity to start my own company, I think that was some kind of inspiration in my bag of head, if I can say that.
And, when deciding to start your own business, that process, what was it like for you? Did you just say, I'm just going to go ahead and do this? Like, was there were there any other thoughts going through your head? Did you have doubt? Were you like, I
I
know I'm
think
going to do this?
I think not, because as I mentioned before, I wanted to have some kind of two legs on ground. So one leg was strictly directed to working on a full-time contract, and
Mm.
I wanted to grow my company simultaneously. So that gives me some kind of support, mental support, because
Mm,
if something will goes wrong with my company, I always had some kind of backup to
mm,
have money for life. So
mm,
I do it very really really wisely. So
mm,
I think also it gave me some kind of motivation to learn about my mistakes, to check what can be better, what can be different, what should I do next. Maybe
mm,
let's take some steps back before we go further. So I think the owning your own business, but very very calm, it's the way I want to go. It's without any rush and
mm.
any things like that, because I think if you do it very slowly and you are thinking what do you want to achieve, it will rewards you a lot, because
Mhm.
you are you know what you are doing.
That's very true. I think that's very true. I think one thing that is fascinating about you, Bartek, is that you started a business within your passion, right? And I think a lot of young people who are in similar positions like you and I, they'll start business because they think, oh, this thing is going to make me money. But then they don't enjoy what they're doing, right? They don't find passion in it. They don't have excitement about it. It's like, oh, I gotta work now. It's like I gotta hustle, I gotta grind. I think the people, and this is from just talking to other entrepreneurs and business owners on the podcast, those that really succeed, what a lot of them have in common is that work for them is just fun. It's exciting,
Exactly.
right?
That's what is right now happening with IT business. I mean, the
Mm,
IT marketplace, because there are a
mm,
lot of traps. Because, for example, your friend will notice that in IT you can earn pretty much a high amount of money, and
mm,
he will try to for example go in IT, but he's not created to work in IT. Not he doesn't take fun of it or make fun of it.
mm,
So for
mm.
his for that person, that will be not passion.
Yeah.
So there's, as I said, this is some kind of trap in our marketplace right now, and I think, as you mentioned, it has to be your passion. Because from my perspective, business isn't it's not only money. It's cooperation.
Mm.
It's showing yourself as a person who knows what to do, even if you don't want sorry don't know. So I think doing business in whatever technology or whatever specialization, it's business is working with other people. So it's corporation.
True. And, going back to your passion then, right? IT. So you started with, you had a dad who was very technological and technical. You always had this interest in assembling things. I don't remember if you said you reassembled them, but at least, you looked into them and, you started tinkering with electronics. How did you go from that, just doing that as a child, and then starting to work with IT as you grew older?
I will say that that came naturally, because in my I was living in a small town, because I saw only possibilities in high school, in technical high school, was to go
Mm,
to the IT high school. So I go there, and there was some kind of pivotal moment, if I can say that, when I knew what I want to do in my future. It was when I firstly take a little bit knowledge about computer networks. So I've decided to,
mm,
hey, that is pretty much what I want to do, and I'm enjoying that job, that tasks, that issues, and I just fall in love with IT with our computer networks.
yeah,
Also, from my journey, that was my bullet point, that was my motivation, because if you want to succeed, you need to, or you have to, love what you are doing.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
think it came naturally. You cannot fight with that. You'll have to enjoy what I'm doing. And also, it's a second trap, because it's very thin layer between loving what you're doing and working too much. Because yeah,
Mm,
there's no some kind of limits. You always love, you always just going forward, and you don't know when and where to stop or take a
Yeah,
break.
yeah. Is that something that you think is bad?
I
Like
don't
just
know. That might be bad if for example, your friends, your family will do not understood that. But if
mm,
you're around with good people, I mean, good friends, good family, people who understood what you're doing and what is your passion, they will understood that and helps you and motivates you even
mm,
more.
mm.
They will notice that this giving you a lot of fun, makes you happier. So
Yeah,
I
they'll
think
support you. I think what you're saying is spot on. Yeah, in terms of who you should be careful when it comes to who you share your dreams with, right? Because I think some people they may not understand it, they may not always be very supportive, right? So you can tell a dream, or if you want to start a business, you tell it to maybe your parents, and your parents are like, no, hey, you got to go to school, you got to go to university, you got to get a 9 to 5 job, right? So, my point is just essentially you got to be careful with who you tell your dreams to, because otherwise you won't have that support, that fundamental
yeah,
support that
you have
that that,
right,
that that you're talking
because
about, how you had, right?
yeah, because what I noticed from my experience is even if you don't have supportive people around you, so if you show them those achieves, it's very possible to change their mind because
Hmm.
you achieve something, you earn some kind of awards, you earn first money from that
Hmm.
business. In nowadays, that is very good example. For example, your child wants to be influencer. You might be not okay with that,
Yeah,
but that
yeah,
child will shows you, hey, I just earn 10k dollars from YouTube. You will tell him, wow, that's pretty much money.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it change your vision of that business, of that technology, if I can say that.
So a lot of it just comes down to educating people, right? Showing them that
Yeah,
this is possible. You can make good money with this. And I think that's a challenge that a lot of parents have. It's that they are unable to understand how much money someone can just make online sitting behind their computer all day. It's like,
exactly.
this kid, I know him, he's an editor. He just edits YouTube videos, sits in his room, edits these YouTube videos. He's making tens of thousands of dollars a month. He's making more than like most grown-ups do with a stable career that they've had for 20 plus years. And he's like 22 years old just editing YouTube videos, right? And it really goes to show that you can truly become successful in your own domain with your own skill set if you have that passion for it. So I think that's so important. And so, you obviously started your business, which is called So Why, isn't that correct?
Yes. So yeah, exactly. So why? It was
Yeah,
pretty
So
much
Why. So
marketing thing.
yeah, and so you based your whole business off the passion that you had, right? So the service that you're delivering is so closely tied to what you love doing that, work might not really feel like work most of the time. When it comes to other aspects of the business, right? When it comes to, let's say, for example, sales, how are you there? Because I'm sure your service delivery is pretty good, right? But a business is of course made up of multiple areas, right? You got to find the leads, you got to sell to them, you got to close them. Over time, you're obviously a business. It's all about scaling the business. So this is where you go up and up and up. But like for you, what are some challenges that you face in your business? What are some challenges that you have growing your business? So why?
I think the first issue, first challenge, what I experienced was to have around me in my network to have people who can help me because you cannot be afraid to ask other people because there might be also other people who have different point of view for that issue, for that problem. Also you have to be patient because if because IT or technology is pretty much widely opened from years.
Yeah,
So there's
yeah,
a lot of people who knows what to do. Maybe they experienced that issue, that problem before. So don't be afraid to ask, be patient. And I think that was the main answers from my challenges, the
Mm.
first challenges that will help me, that yeah, that helps me a lot on my on the beginning of.
Yeah. So if I understand you correctly, the main challenge that you had was that you were afraid or you didn't ask people for help, and then you started asking people for help.
Yeah, because that was pretty much. Maybe I'll start from the second way. Also, when I was starting my business, I was working with one company. I mean, on the full-time contract, and I've met here my first IT mentor. It was Mariusz, because I was kind of jealous on the beginning, of course, in a good way, that he has IT manager. Once again, I was a little bit jealous that he was an IT manager, because I really wanted to be in that role too.
Mm,
So for me, that was really much inspiring for me, and he
mm,
showed me a lot of IT life, IT businesses, and he showed me how to use social networks, how to use other people to inspire you to grow your own business. And right now he's one of my best friends, so we are
mm,
also pretty much close. And yeah, so as I mentioned before in previous questions, business is not only money. Business is
mm,
strongly personal. So it's like you are learning from your mistakes, asking other people. You are trying to find other people who will inspire you, and
mm,
who, for example, you'll notice that some people or even your friend will have, sorry, will had some kind of succeed. So from my perspective, will motivate you.
mm,
So you
mm.
have to be around it for people's like you. I mean, yeah, people like you.
Yeah, yeah. So you mentioned that you had a mentor. What role did that play in your growth, and how important do you think having a mentor is?
I think it's pretty much important, because my first mentor was my father, as I answer you, and also that inspire you, because if you have mentor or person who shows you how to solve that, for example, issue, or how to be better what you are doing, it's pretty
Mm,
much your sign what you have to change in your
mm,
in your work. For example, you might not notice that you are making some mistakes, but
mm,
if someone tells you you do it wrongly, change it a little bit and do it in that way, that will show for you that this way of thinking or of resolving those problems are better than what you previously do. Mentors, I mean, other people's is very are very important, because they will show you road how to go and where to go.
mm, mm.
Also, if
Yeah, I
you
think
around, yeah, sorry.
no, I was just gonna say that I think having mentors is so important for young people who want to succeed in business because they get so much valuable knowledge. And it's like if a mentor to me is someone who has walked the path that you are trying to walk. And so when you can find someone that has been on the same journey as you and guide you through that journey, you are going to avoid a lot of mistakes that you would otherwise make if you did not have a mentor. And so, I had a coach who had similar challenges to me, and he spoke to me about, he said, "Hey, this is what I did. It took a little bit of time, but this was like the pivotal moment, the real transition to when I changed." And so I think, to any young person who's also listening, having that mentor is going to be so important, right? Because if you don't have a mentor and you want to become successful, or at least a role model that you can look to, right? Someone who can guide you and support you and help you grow in that right direction.
Yeah, also it can be your even friend from college, because that was also my other mentor. That was my best friend
Absolutely.
Kamil, who
Absolutely.
started his own business before me, and he
Yeah.
inspires me. Hey, I'm young, I can do that also. if he
Mm.
that if he do that.
Yeah, yeah. You don't need a 60-year-old man to or
Yeah,
woman
exactly,
to,
exactly.
right? It could be someone who's your own age, who started earlier than you. I know a lot of young people who are my age as well, who are widely successful, right, with their own business. And it's like you did something right. You did something that I could not, or at least you started earlier. What did you do differently, right? And I think
Yeah,
that
exactly.
is
even
it's
even
so valuable.
even saying some kind of, yeah, that's a good job, it's pretty much inspiring because you know that you are doing it good.
You're on the right
I think
track.
only two words, good job, is I think the main
hmm
goal
And so, obviously you have your own business now, but you also have a second job on the side, right? And you were mentioning that that was a strategic decision that you made because you wanted to sort of to have that backup in case something was wrong. How did you come to that conclusion? Because I did the opposite. I had a job and I just quit it. And I said, I'm just gonna throw myself into the water and I have to swim, I have to survive. Right? I still do that to this day. For me, I did not want a job, but you decided to have that job. What influenced you to do that? Did your father have anything to do with that, or was it all you figured that out by yourself?
I think that was in my mind. And also, uh, as I said, when I'm working on a full-time contract from 9 to 5, also I'm growing my business because of them. My daily challenges also helps me solve my own business issues,
Mm,
challenges, because I can predict what will be in the future. For example, I'm working with a company who hires 50 people, so I
mm,
can understood what challenges that company has to fight with, and I can maybe think, hey, they solve that problem in that way, so maybe I can implement that, I don't know, thinking in my own business. So
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
looking for other inspiration in other people, other companies. So because I also other companies are mentor for me, I can say that because
No, but
they're
yeah, I was going to say that is a great perspective to have as well. I think if you've not been in a business before, for a lot of people, it's a great way to learn from the company, their process, their systems, how they overcome certain challenges. Because when those challenges come in your business again, you know how to handle them more effectively than if you had not been in that business, right? So you learn a lot. You learn a lot. What is one valuable thing that you've learned in the company that you work for that you've had to apply for your own business? Do you have any examples?
let me think about that. Think firstly, be patient, uh, and think what you are doing and try to keep your processes very transparent.
hmm
Some other people can check them and tells you more about that and gives you advices. And
mm
also, I learned a lot how to try to advertise myself as a company, as a person. The best way of marketing is snail mail. If you like, a one happy client brings you other happy clients, other
Yeah,
clients, sorry, not happy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Refer, as in referrals, word of mouth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, to also having processes of maybe not for everything, but on the main of the most important things in your company. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that's the main. I think, and also to don't be afraid of asking other people how to solve it.
So let's talk a bit about your business now, because you have your business, it's an IT consultancy, right? So you help businesses implement IT solutions, right?
Yeah, correct. We are trying to show how important IT in their life, in their company lives is, and we are trying to show that having a good configured IT infrastructure is pretty much your success. Yeah, way to
Mm,
succeed. everything is happening right now in the internet. Because
Mm.
if you are not have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or other social medias, you just not exist because
Yeah,
no
yeah,
one heard about you.
yeah.
So that was our mission to focus on that things and show that IT, that technology is possibilities to grow, to keeps, for example, processes in a one place, to just
Mm,
grow your business. I mean, other
mm,
clients' business.
mm.
Uh,
And do you incorporate AI into your work?
I'm trying to, because there's, as I mentioned before, IT or technology community is pretty much huge right now. So
Mm,
if there will be some kind of challenges, some kind of issues that someone first before you even ask or even think about that, AI may help you because it will find the solution, the answers for your problems before even you think about that. And you also
yeah.
can automate a lot of processes, automate a lot of things, for example, sending emails. So I think
Mm,
AI in nowadays it's pretty much, I think, possibilities to grow.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've looked so much into IT and how to make things more effective, and it's surprising how much time. I think time is like the biggest thing, that how much time you get back. It's incredible. Like things that would usually take me hours and hours and hours, just every single day, takes me 5 minutes now. Just a quick check. Everything worked well. Good. Done. I'm out. Right. So the fact that you can get back so much time, and I think for any business owner, time is one of their most valuable assets. Time is probably the most valuable asset that any business owner can have, because you are essentially, as an entrepreneur, you are the business, right? Up until the point where you can start to delegate your tasks and you can replace yourself, right? But up until that point, and even when you do get to that point, someone who's been able to build up a massive business probably just doesn't do it because, oh, I'm just going to build this business and I'm done and I'm going to go on a holiday for the rest of my life, right? They're still going to work, and so their time will still be valuable. So I think when you're able to implement AI into your business, it's just such a huge time saver, right? Now, for some of your clients, how would you sell your services or your what you offer to me as a business? Like what offer would you provide me? What solution?
Pretty much good question, because on my when I started my journey of growing my business, I firstly check other companies, what they're offering, what they're doing, what I don't like of their solutions. So I wanted to
Mm,
do some different way of solving those problems. For example, right now in IT marketplace, the most popular thing to sell your uh, IT help is
mm-hmm,
based on working hours. So, for example, you are selling that company, hey, I can give you 10 working hours of my IT help. But
mm,
what does it mean of 10 working hours? It's much, not much. How should you understood that? So I've decided to,
mm,
hey, let's change it a little bit and change it to tasks, because every task, even not only IT related task, but every task you can split it for three main things. Easy tasks, for example, you'll solve it for 5 to 10 minutes. Medium tasks, it's, for example, creating, from my IT perspective, is like preparing computer for new joiner. And
mm,
hard tasks, for example, it's like implementing new technology, new systems, thinking about
mm,
that, analyzing, and a lot of stuff. So I've decided to let's show my clients that it is pretty much clear. So you know for what you'll have to pay. For example, you know
mm,
that you have non-technical people in your company. So you might think, hey, those people can ask very basic question. For example, hey, my computer doesn't turn on. What should I do? So you can just solve that problem in 5 minutes. So you might decided to go with a lot of simple tasks instead of buying, for example, hundred of very complicated tasks. that
Mm.
can be that also those tasks cannot be even done in small companies because there's no infrastructure and there's no possibilities to implement that, for example.
Mm.
So, and also in bigger companies, they love numbers.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
if you show that some big company that, hey, my monthly cost of, I mean, your monthly cost of my services will be, for example, $10K, so they can
Mm.
plan if their monthly costs or yearly cost, that IT help will cost us X K dollars.
Mm.
So it's pretty much clear for other people. So that I think that is why clients maybe in a other way. That is what clients that brings clients to me. The
Mm.
the clarify of
Mm.
my services
That sounds really
and
good.
transparency.
What is it that what is it that you focus on with your clients? Like, what is one key aspect? What makes you different than other businesses within IT?
And I think maybe that I don't want to sell IT things. I want to sell my as a IT expert, and I want to show them and try to translate with them business language to technical IT language. So I want to show them that IT isn't that much hard that they think, and
Yeah,
show the possibilities of trusting IT in their own businesses. So I want to show them that IT can help them, as
yeah,
I said
yeah,
before in previous questions.
yeah, yeah. So you really you show them what's possible, and you're talking about translating it, like you're transferring your knowledge essentially, right? Like you're showing
Exactly.
them how they can do the yeah. And getting clients then, right? So you get a client, you introduce them to your solution, and through your solutions, they're now able to save and I'm sure also resources. When it comes to your vision, then Bartek, like what is your hope for your business? Where do you hope to go?
I'm dreaming, of course, of having a big, well-known company, but I'm focused to of method of small steps because, for example, now I'm focused on expanding my team to have more people around me to show and ask even ask other how to solve that issue because there will always be some mistakes, something to fix. You cannot predict past and you cannot change
Hmm.
the past either. What do you want to do is learn and treat those situation as a lessons and understood what was wrong, ask others, try to be better and try to keep things very strict to check what you can in which I mean check what you, can be done better
Hmm.
because
So your dream,
yeah it's hard to think even think what will do will be what will be for 5 or even for 1 year because IT business is changing dynamically
hmm.
because so you have to focus on today and what will be tomorrow. And I think also it's very good to have some kind of 1 year plan to look 1 year forward, but try to use it as a motivation. For example, for 1 year, I want to have my own, I don't know, building. So
Hmm.
it will gives you motivation. So you are trying to achieve that, but even if you don't achieve that, you probably achieve some small steps to be closer to that goal.
Yeah,
So you
that's a
have to
great
focus
perspective.
on small steps.
I think that's a great perspective to have. I think, personally, I went through the same challenge where I would set a very high goal. It was all the way up here, and I had no idea I was going to get there, but I'm like, I'm going to aim for it anyway. I don't care. And I didn't, I didn't hit my goal, but I got very, very close, right? So even though, because I started from all the way down here and I was able to get very close to that goal. And for me, I think if I hadn't set myself such a big goal, you don't challenge yourself either. And so even if you don't achieve the big goal that you set yourself, you're going to get a lot further than if you had a very low goal and then You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make this, and then because most people don't really change their goals. So if they reach their goals and be like, oh, I made it, cool. But I think if you can truly stretch yourself as far as you possibly can, that's when you have that growth. Because it's true what you're saying, man. You get there by these small baby steps, right? These small steps along the way.
Yeah, because if you, for example, have your own goal, as I said, that will be big goal. So you cannot see that you are progressing in that goal. But if you
Mm,
create very small goals, you'll see,
mm,
okay, in this year, I just finish, for example, 100 of tasks or 100 of
mm,
small goals. So
mm.
that moves you not very forward to achieve that goal, but that will show you that there's a lot of work to do, but you are also doing very good.
Absolutely.
It was
So, for any person who wants to start a business, any entrepreneur out there who's thinking, I don't want to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of my life, what advice would you give them?
I think firstly, build your own network on LinkedIn or your friends. Try to be with people that will motivate you, that will help you, that will support you, because you have possibility to ask other what, even if you there might be some kind of stop moment, if I can say that. I mean, you'll achieve some kind of top of on your in your mind your possibilities, so other people, other mentors can show you, hey, let's go one step further, and you can start doing other things to help solve you those barriers. Second thing is be patient and don't afraid to ask.
Mm,
And yeah, as I said before, business is strongly personal. So if you don't have bunch of people supporting you, bunch of inspiration, I think you don't go any further than you are right now, standing right now.
mm,
Because even following other people on LinkedIn will gives you possibility or opens your mind for knowledge, for different point of view, because every people who achieved their own success also learns a lot and also get a lot of experience of their mistakes.
mm,
And don't be afraid of just making mistakes, because mistakes are also pretty much part of knowledge, because you
mm.
know that solution will failed, so you don't go with that way, you'll change your way of thinking.
And if anyone wants to find you, if there's a business person looking at this podcast and thinking, you know what, this guy's pretty sharp, I wanna talk to him about some IT services, where can they find you, Bart?
I think you can find link, you can once again, okay, so you can find me on LinkedIn page, on my website, or even you can find me whatever you want, because I'm young people, so I have TikTok, I have Facebook, I have Messenger, I have a lot of social medias. So probably you'll find me everywhere. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's good or not, but yeah, I'm addicted of social medias.
yeah. I'll make sure to add your contacts in the description, and in case people want to find you. Bartek, thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you on. It was great talking to you, my friend. And yeah, man, appreciate you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you a lot. And also, I'm glad that I can talk with you right now and inspire other people like me, or even older, younger, because there's no too late to change something in your life.
Hmm, very true, my friend. Very true. All right. Thank you.